What if we didn't start music with notes, but with noise? Not a melody, a chord progression, a drum pattern. Beginning a song by simply focusing on texture and atmosphere. There's a way of making music where you treat sound like clay. You don't write on top of it, you don't build it out, you carve into it, reshape it, and build something completely new. Yes, I definitely sound like a nerd right now, but another nerd nailed this feeling perfectly in a recent video of his.
While melody and noise are on their own pretty separate, I think it's when they come together that we really start to get the magic sauce. Atmosphere. Popular music has started to leverage a lot of these ideas, with some genres like techno or industrial forgoing the use of melody altogether to create these grinding, churning atmospheres, and other genres leaning into more of a production-heavy sound. The poppiest ends of music haven't been immune to this. We've seen a clear increase in the use of unconventional sounds and samples to create a sense of unique atmosphere and tone in pop. With this decline in melodic and harmonic complexity we've witnessed, we've also seen tape loop style music, where a simple chord progression repeats throughout the entire song, while the changes are provided solely through the evolution of timbre over time rather than harmony or melody. If you take a look at the chord charts for most top 40 songs in the last decade, you'll see what I mean.
I know that's a lot to process right there, but we're going to break down a track that uses this same philosophy to actually understand the concepts better. That's the main way I've been making music for the past year or so, something that I like to call deep sampling.
This is the record I sampled. I won't play much, but the part from the intro that we use sounds pretty different compared to... This is our first flip of the sample. Try to get 8 or 16 unique bars that you can turn into different variations. I started off by slowing the sample a decent bit. Then we shape and texture the audio with Portal and Gross Beat. This gets us here, one of those grinding, panning atmospheres that Venus Theory was talking about. Next, we'll chop and slice to add both repetition and variation. Once I have a texture I trust, I start layering. Keep everything thematically driven. The focus should be on sound selection and blending in with the melody. Think of this like color correction on a photo you already love. This piano wasn't just added, it was imagined from within the sample. I wrote what the sound was already implying. This part is less about writing and more about listening. The bright, glistening synth in the drop is another example of this. I decided to add it because there was too much space in the high frequencies. This is just another flip of the sample. The source material is all the same, I just ran it through another FX chain. Also, for more context, this is what the piano sounds like solo. Here I brought in a lightly processed trombone. Its role is to grab attention and lighten the atmosphere.
Respect my conglomerate, the way I'm rocking to it, such a prominent tune. But I won't get my roses till I lie my tune.
Even then the track felt heavy, so I took everything I'd made and resampled it. Here we're mainly using pitch shift and EQ to brighten, while creating movement with panning and shaper box.
Best money that you'll ever spend, I promise. Best money that you'll ever lend, I promise. Best that you, yeah. It's for my niggas sitting on the big wheel.
This new variation of the sample ties the melodic content together, but introduces a new rhythm. Underneath, it's supported by piano and strings to create a full bridge section. We're taking an approach to building out the track using our original variations and our sample as a backbone, and sculpting and carving from there. This section uses the same materials as everything else in the track, but it spreads out the timing. Different parts enter at different moments. This staggering allows us to create more space for the track to breathe. Ultimately, I built off and changed the sample until I ran out of inspiration. Then I tried different parts of the arrangement with offset timing. There are no rules to music, so don't be afraid of randomness or repetition. This part is still a work in progress. Here I have choir elements, resampled phrases, multi-sampler instances. It's like taking fragments or pieces of a painting and using them to build a stained glass window. I'm going to build this section out. I have 4 different sources of audio that I can use to make the choir and vocal element. Each one is slightly different, but has different strengths. Ultimately, you want a balance of audio and recording quality mixed with the amount of control you have over pitch and time. For instance, the VST choir may not be the highest quality, but I have control over time and pitch using MIDI. Meanwhile, the sample has the highest quality, but requires more effort and gives less control over pitch and time. I made this video because sampling can get a bad rep, but it's a more complex situation than it's made out to be. Sometimes people act like it's cheating, but that's like saying a sculptor shouldn't use stone because someone else mined it. At the end of the day, sampling is a tool set. That's it. You can use it lazily, or you can use it to create something that no one else would ever think of. This attention to process is more important than ever in both music and other parts of our daily life. The fact is that these tools are extremely powerful and probably aren't going anywhere soon. It's important to remember that the formula for creativity doesn't just come from you. Even traditional musicians who don't use a DAW are building off thousands of years of patterns and previous work. My challenge for you is finding that middle ground between convenience and effort in your own music. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed or learned something, leave a like.